Yo, it's your boy Yoshikidneo. This time we're for real. I think. Doesn't look like we're dropping frames anymore. Yeah, I just had to restart my router. Looks good. We'll do that. And I guess we'll do that. Yeah, that'll look good. Alright, so today we are starting out with some good old combat. Should be a good old time. But we'll see, I guess. It all really depends. The party should be able to get through quite a bit of stuff today. My goal, depending on how far... it depends really on how long they take in this combat. This combat's the hardest, I think, of them all. There's a couple of them I have planned for today if we get there, but we all know how combat goes in D&D. It takes 30 seconds in-game time, but it takes 3 hours real time, so we'll see. Either way, it should be a fun, interesting session. So
people are looking at me, so
oh, thank you for getting rid of don't worry.
I am curious of side effects, but we're gonna see. We're gonna definitely see. I'm gonna see if I can rub my face on his face. Rub my face on his face and like squeeze, like do that thing like there's a manga that Junji Ito made called Glyceride. There's like a moment where like he like squeezed his face and like popped his bumps all over Chick's face. That's what I want to do.
Ew.
Yeah, that's what I want to do to an enemy.
I'm cool with you getting that close to Strahd.
Yes. I just want to see how he would take the pus though.
That sounded like a threat.
It's very much so, but I have to get close anyway.
They ended their session right in front of Strahd, so.
Oh,
like
so.
in this world?
Correct.
Yeah, they're in the same world as us.
But like Strahd, like
yes,
Strahd has found a way.
Yes, he crossed into the material plane.
Which is really funny because Joe was like, y'all didn't really think that he was gonna buy that adventure and then not have us fight Strahd, right? And he was right. They were gonna fight Strahd eventually.
I mean, and plus I have my character. I mean, I have to get close to him anyway, so it is. So if he attacks me, it's gonna hurt. But I mean, I'm gonna get something out of it.
Speaking of getting close, let us start our session today. So, last time we left our faithful companions. You guys were traveling with Mary through the ancient rise in hopes of finding one of the pillars of the Lightbringer in order to bring it back online or light the beacon or something like that. You're not really sure exactly what happens, but maybe someday you'll find out. Anyway, Mary had told you guys that she was essentially a being of magical prowess thanks to a patron of hers from the Feywild, Baba Yaga. And that Baba Yaga wanted her to try to get as many people to draw from her deck of cards as she possibly could get. And who better to draw cards than 2 children who don't know anything about the world and how dangerous it is. Which we went over that, but I like to bring it back to haunt Gerald for his childish behavior. Anyway, bad shit happened, and then worse shit happened, and then some of it was scrubbed clean, but honestly, the worst shit is still to be seen. Alfred. But you guys were able to make it through your first couple of tests as you started going through the Ancient Rise. Your first was you pleaded with some sort of rock elemental creature that said that you guys had to pay something in order to get past him, which you guys, Alfric had given him a ancient artifact that you guys had found in the tomb of Manet Ka back in the Ziradel desert area. It was a very ancient relic made of gold, or like some sort of like gold paper, and a script that you couldn't read without the aid of magic. And the creature seemed very, very keen to this item, even though it wanted Alfric's wand. But he let you through. The moment you guys passed his little, I guess, cubby hole, Lacan noticed it first. You guys had traversed into a different plane of existence, like a demi-plane, really. And as you went through these tunnels, you eventually came to an opening, and outside of this opening was trails that sort of like followed the side of the mountains. And sort of in the distance, Mary caught a glimpse of the contraption that she is looking for. A sort of coffin with these mechanical legs that allow it to move around and stuff. She turned to Alfric and asked for the device that Anaxi had given her. He tried to lie to her, but she already knew the ruse, and he refused, so she dimension doored over there and was ambushed by an Umber Hulk, which led to combat, which you guys were able to dispatch fairly easily. And after it was done, you guys had met up near the coffin, and Alfric had given it to Mary on the condition that she does not kill Anaxi. Which she said that she really had no reason to kill him. He was more of an enabler in getting her this far anyway, so she more so offers him thanks. She opened the coffin to reveal this this tall, pale-skinned human named Stenmeyer, who apparently, from what you guys were told, Mary's story didn't really add up. Well, I guess it kind of did, depending on how you look at it. But Stenmeyer and Mary were lovers, and they had been separated for a very long time. So Mary was looking for him, and you guys had helped her achieve her goal. He offered his thanks to you guys by allowing you to pick who he would feast on, and this kind of threw you guys off, and since no one volunteered, he volunteered one of you for you, which happened to be Kai. So Kai got bit, and his blood got sucked, and he made a D100 roll, and we'll see what happens with that someday, I'm sure, maybe. But anyway, Mary ended up drawing a card that allowed them to leave that area, and essentially leave you guys alone. You guys then ventured on forward and came to this open area that had a steep drop off, and essentially it was like the edge of the mountain. And on this platform was a mechanically cybernetic enhanced sphinx that told you guys in order to pass you had to pay the toll, and the toll was to answer or ask a question that the sphinx did not know the answer to, which you guys pondered for a little bit. You asked 3 questions that were unsuccessful before you asked the 4th and final one that got you guys over to the other side, which turns out to be this sort of floating rock that these dark hooded figures occupy. And the moment you guys landed, a group of them came by and said that they were going to take you to the Grand Master because he's been waiting for you. You guys decided to join him. At one point I thought y'all were going to split the party, but that didn't happen, so that was pretty cool. You guys came into this abbey, started talking to this Grand Master, and as he was having his cultist pull out some manacles to take you guys to the tanners, so that they could essentially cut off your faces, Alfric freaked out and polymorphed into a giant ape, which is where we will be starting our session with all of you rolling initiative, please. I see Lacan has already rolled.
I think I need to re-roll that because I'm giant ape form, don't I?
You just have to take whatever the giant. You don't have to re-roll it. We'll just use the actual modifier.
Okay, let me go get the page open real fast.
Giant ape is a +2, so that'll be a 16.
Rest in peace, Kirsten.
Well, while we're all fighting, what are those things called again? They were gonna put on us.
Manacles.
Yeah, as we're fighting, she gets manacled because she wasn't paying attention.
That
No.
would be funny. Before we start this combat, a couple things you guys would have noticed as you guys walk into this place, just to reiterate it, and that should be Shojin. Cool. I think I've got everybody. Just got to roll for my creatures. Oh. What up, Dallas?
Sorry, but I'm late. Had
You're
some
good,
issues
dude.
with my computer.
You are good. So to sort of draw a picture of what this place looks like, it's a very like everything on the outside of this abbey is made out of metal that you guys have never seen. Think of like dark colored steel. And it's in shapes that aren't normally used in the material plane at all, which kind of leads you to the suspicion that this is from probably some other place, more than likely. The inside of it is decorated with this really good looking marble. There are these cool statues everywhere. The balconies are made out of the same sort of dark steel, and the throne that this Grand Master was sitting on, behind it, there's this large, sort of think of like how a crescent moon looks. This crescent moon, large metallic shape. From a distance, you can't really tell the intricacies of it, but it looks as if at one point it was a complete circle. Just based on like the sort of rigid edges at like I guess where the tips of the crescent moon would be. The Grandmaster
Hey.
himself.
Sorry.
Yes.
Keep going.
Oh, you're talking to the cats. The Grandmaster himself is a tall, bony creature. Actually, everybody roll me religion check real quick.
Roll mine for me, please. Still setting up.
Got you. Okay. Let's see.
I think that's a -2 on mine.
We would have done this roll before you
Okay.
giant aped.
Okay.
I think Kirsten's dealing with those chaotic evil cats, so I'll roll her religion for her. Nice. That is hilarious. All right, so Shojin and Lacan, you guys know this creature to be what is known as a bone devil. They're not, the highest of ranking when it comes to the infernal hierarchy, but they're not one of the weakest creatures either. Some key differences, though, you see about this bone devil compared to other ones that you may have read about in any sort of studies or anything like that. Actually, Alfric, you know this too, because it'd be your 16 plus 8. So you know this as well to be a bone devil. Key differences about this bone devil compared to others is that it's sort of got those same sort of cybernetic enhancements that the Sphinx did. You can tell from looking at its claws are made out of metal instead of the normal bone, and they look mighty sharp. Sharper than most steel that you've ever come into contact with. You can't tell much more about its figure because of the cloak that it's wearing, the cloak of faces that it has flayed off from other people that have come here. On top of its head, though, you can tell that it's sort of like that bony protrusion. It looks as if it's not a natural occurrence for this creature. It's made out of some sort of metal, and it almost resembles a crown. Other than that, the two these two orcs on either side. They're both wielding these really nice looking swords. And all these cultists, they have these really well-made weapons that are made out of the sort of same metal that you've come into contact with since you've gotten here. So, now that we got that out of the way, we'll go ahead and... Alright, so to start our fun-filled adventure off, our orcs will go first.
Brady, did you not get my roll?
Thought I saw it. It was a 28. Oh.
Because I didn't see it in the
Did you
tracker.
do it on...
It said you wanted to send the result for this roll, but it's not valid.
Interesting. I did it and it worked fine.
I don't see myself on the table. Did it get wiped?
I see you with a 15.
Yeah, I don't see myself in there, but whatever. I think it's because we
Hold
changed screens. I think it read.
Let me get you back on there. Alright, do you see yourself now?
Yeah.
Alright. So Kai, you're first.
This dude in front of me, can you kind of describe him? Like,
The one right in front of you is wearing a mask, so you can't see his face or anything like that. He's got this sort of like this short staffed pike that he's wielding. Other than that, he looks... roll a perception check, actually, as you're looking at him over. Yeah, other than that, you can't see his face or any other distinguishing features because of his baggy clothes. He's got his hood up to where it covers portions of his face along with the mask that he's wearing. But he doesn't look to be like super strong, especially compared to the other guy wearing a golden mask, and especially towards these orcs.
okay. I'm gonna go ahead and spin the nerve.
Is your sheet messing up, or
Yeah, I'm like pressing it, but it's not doing anything. Hold on. I'm gonna try
were
doing
you
it from
pressing
the
your dark blade?
actual.
Or...
Yeah. I'm gonna try. Okay, I was gonna do it from the little token, but that's fine, I guess.
I'm just seeing if it works.
Okay.
Roll it from your token.
Yeah, it aired out.
Wow. Well, I guess I don't know what's wrong with your sheet or what's wrong with maybe your connection.
It said no character found. Hold on, let me try doing it from the sheet.
There it
Gerald,
goes.
does it say like that you're not connected to the server or anything? Because mine said that earlier, and I had to refresh my page.
Nah, mine's just saying no character found for.
Are you? Did you click on your
Paragon
token
HB.
before you clicked on the macro?
Yeah, I did, because that's the
Okay.
only way it can pull up. Because it wasn't there first. But I did it from my sheet and it worked. I'm gonna go ahead and
So,
take
yeah.
my turn, and then I'm gonna just like come in and come out real.
All right. So your first attack will hit, and that will kill this guy. Kai takes out his katana and.
My bad. I meant to say I was gonna do it non-lethally.
Oh, okay, that's fine. In that case, you non-lethally whoop his ass, and he falls over. We'll put the little face thing to show that he's knocked the fuck out. So Kai comes up with his sword, and as he's swinging it, you guys are able to notice that he quickly changes the blade to the blunt end and smacks this guy, kind of like the Vulcan death grip, or whatever it's called, hitting him right in between that sort of that curvature between your neck and your shoulder. He hits him right there, and the guy goes ugh, and falls over. I believe you have a second attack.
So yeah, I'm gonna move to this dude and non-lethally hit him again.
Okay. Yep, that is enough to knock his ass out too. So Kai's 2 for 2 so far as he quickly dispatches 2 of these cultists. Obviously, they're not the cream of the crop, but he's able to thin out the herd a little bit for now. If Kai wishes to move anywhere else, he may.
Man, I'm gonna stay right here, and then I'm gonna do like a, I guess, bonus action thing, but I'm gonna go over with you in a little bit. I'm gonna sign out of this first, and then I'm gonna type it out.
Alright, so with that, it is time for these orcs to go. They will use their normal movement to walk up 40. They will use their bonus action to use their aggressive feature to move up even more. This one, the one over right in front of Alfric, is going to take a couple swings at you with its Nido blade.
Okay.
And it's a total of 3 strikes as it comes through. Giant Ape has an AC of what, 12?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first 2 hit, the last one misses. So for the first hit, I rolled a 19. Go ahead and take 5 piercing damage and roll a Constitution saving throw. DC is 10. You unpolymorph.
Okay.
Its second attack is a 15.
Let me double check something.
I believe you have mage armor on, right?
Yeah.
Which should put it to
that's-
14.
Yep.
You're not gonna do it?
Oh, what? Say what?
You're gonna break your tradition?
Yeah. I'm gonna break it. So,
Your armor class isn't 18, right? Shouldn't be.
So, the mage armor is what? How does this work again?
It makes a difference. Your AC becomes 13 plus your dex modifier. So it should be 17.
Okay.
But a 15 misses regardless, and his last attack misses as well. So as he knocks you out of your polymorph, he finds it incredibly harder to hit you. He's kind of thrown off by the fact that it only took 1 strike to bust your polymorph, but, you know, that's okay. The second guy is going to take an attack, or 3 attacks against Mirrodin. 1, 2, 3. He starts with an 11, which misses, then an 18, which will hit for 8 piercing damage, and then a 16, which misses.
Okay, noted.
With that, it is the end of their turn. This one cultist turns around and he's going to stab Mirden.
Is it because I'm like a lot prettier than they are? Is that what's going on here?
Possibly, but they also notice that Lacan is right there with all this armor. Stabs you twice. First one's a 22 for 8 force damage, and the second one is 20 with 4 force damage. And the thing about this weapon is when he points it down towards you and stabs it into your side, you feel this sort of like burst of energy from the tip of the spear. Think of like how when rednecks go and they tie shotgun shells to a stick and start stabbing catfish and shit. I think that's the thing that they do. It wasn't a movie, but that's essentially what this weapon kind of works like. He will not move. He is trying to apprehend you guys. Alfric, it is your turn.
I cast slow on it. On this little area right here. Let's see, 40 feet 1.
Essentially anything.
Yeah, in our immediate area.
You can either get all these guys or you can try to get one dude.
I'll get all of them next to us.
Okay. And what is your DC? 16, right?
Yes. Let me double check. Yeah, DC 16.
Alright. So all of the cultists fail except for the orcs.
Okay. And I am my turn.
Okay. With that, it is Lacan's turn.
Alright, I'm going to... Gushing Beam and create the wall. You see my arrows, right?
Yes.
Like that.
Okay. Let me get a thing. We'll use this one. So draw it for me again. Okay, I'll finish the rest of it here in a sec. But yeah, you guys watch Lacan sort of trace with his finger, or with the sword rather, and creates this sort of like fire. It's sort of this purple flames. Actually, you describe it for us, Lacan.
Oh, you already described most of it right there. It's a dark purple, blackish wall of fire that is surrounding a good chunk of us right now.
Okay. Each creature within...
Well, yeah, that bottom piece is going to be right here, though. You gotta scoot it closer.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Then, yeah, those corners, yeah.
Cool. We'll get it. Alright, so it's a dex save. What is your modifier?
I have 15.
Okay. That cultist fails. This cultist saves. This cultist fails. And the martial arts adept fails. fail. Alright, cool. Anything else from Lacan?
If I were to bonus action into my state, would I still have that additional action, or do I have to start off doing that?
Yeah, I'd say you have it.
Alright, then a bonus into my state. And then I'll attack the guy to the right of Mirrodin.
Alright.
Oh, and actually, since these two guys right here would already have a tether of 1.
Okay. So yeah, that definitely hits. So let's see. So you guys watch as Lacan summons forth this wall of fire, and then he goes into a state of madness, and with one strike, he nearly decapitates this dude, but he kind of stops midway through, carving through his neck, and retracts the blade. You see this guy gushing blood. So it's an action to use your Gushing Bane, correct?
Right. Okay, yeah.
So you only
ignore
get
that
one
then.
attack.
Yeah, my bad.
You're good. So the Bone Devil, seeing all this, you start to see him sort of cackle to himself. He takes his fingers and sort of like, I guess, pounds them together in excitement. Ah, yes, this should be a lot of fun. He lifts off of the ground and begins to fly forward a little bit. And when he gets here, he undoes his cloak to where you can see these sort of metal bracelets around his biceps.
Is he above? Is he above the wall? Like did
he is.
Fly up?
Yeah, he flew up like 20 feet.
Okay.
Anyway, he takes off his cloak, and you see these metal bracelets around his arms, and as he's whipping his tail sort of back and forth, kind of like a cat, you see a metal bracelet thing around his tail as well. All of a sudden, he holds his arms out, and they start to fly towards you guys. And just to show all of these appendages flying towards you, I will use a separate mini token of him. So his arms start to fly, as well as his stinger, and he's going to make 3 attacks against Lacan. Alright, first one's a 25 with his claws. As they fly in and claw at you, you take 10 slashing damage.
I'll use my reaction to cut that first hit in half.
Okay. So you're able to manipulate your armor to where it hits one of the pauldrons, kind of reducing the damage a bit. The second one is a 27 to hit for 5 slashing damage. And as those go in and you're blocking as best you can, the stinger comes in and gets underneath one of your plates with a 20. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please. Okay, you succeed. You can feel something as you get stung by the tip of the stinger. You can feel something entering your bloodstream. You take 14 piercing damage plus an additional 6 poison damage from that hit, but you are not poisoned. I will have your faces! Mirrodin, your turn.
Alright, so what Mirrodin is going to do is he's going to go ahead and give a good old turning around. Blast this guy in hopefully also this guy with his Eldritch Blast.
Okay. The dude in front of you?
No, the people that are behind us. First of all, the one that's like next to Cyrene.
Yeah. Is that at disadvantage, the 23?
No, this one.
Yeah, if you make a spell within 5 feet of an enemy, it's a disadvantage regardless of if you're attacking them or not.
Is that how that works?
Correct.
I've never seen that before, but okay. I'm not gonna fight you on it.
Yeah, if a foe is within 5 feet, disadvantage on ranged attacks. Regardless, that will hit.
Alright, well,
6 is enough to knock him out. Do you want to kill him?
I didn't say I was being non-lethal.
Okay.
And I'll also make an attack on the other one.
Alright, go for it. A 12 hits. And I assume that is also non-lethal as he gets knocked out.
We just went over this.
I didn't hear you. What you didn't say you were?
I am not being. I am definitely being lethal right now.
Okay. I couldn't hear you over the music. Alright, those dudes are dead. Anything else
what
from
about the
Mirrodin?
guy that's unconscious next to my wall of fire? Wouldn't he have you gotten burned?
That's it.
Yeah, true. So he is dead.
Also, does his weapon, do they have hit points? Or are you just using that just for the...
Just
where
to
it's
show
at?
you, you can attack it as if you're attacking him. They don't have a separate pool of hit points.
Well, but since he ended it next to the wall of fire, then would it take some burn damage?
He's got to make a dex save, right?
Yeah.
All right, so he'll take half since he made his save. And let's see. Actually, no, he takes 0 damage. You notice that the fire doesn't seem to be, because it's fire damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to affect him at all. Okay. Mirrodin's turn is done. It is Shojin's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Mask of Wood and Earth. I just click it, right, Brady?
You're cutting out pretty bad.
Oh, hold on. I was saying, I was gonna cast Mask of Wood and Earth, and I just need to tap
Okay.
it right now to pull up, right?
Yeah, but I'm reading it, so...
Okay.
10 plus dex plus your spell. Okay. So for 8 hours, essentially this is your version of mage armor. 10 plus 3 plus... So you have 17 AC right now.
Okay.
And I'll make a thing on your sheet real quick that we can show that. Okay, cool.
Awesome. And then what I'm going to do next, let me see actually. And did you rule that as pulling out my drone? Did you rule that as an action?
I'm pretty sure it says in the thing itself that if you put it away, you have to use an action to bring it back, and you use an action to put it away.
Wait, cause I haven't summoned it. Cause remember, it got destroyed, and it takes like
It takes a long rest, which you guys did.
Yeah.
So you have it.
So can I bring it out?
No. I will say that it is. It's probably. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you would always keep it out in that dimension. So you'll have to use your action next turn to bring it out.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure how that, because the text was just a tad bit confusing. Well, then what I'll go ahead and do is use my bonus action to ready my. Can I use the ready my katana with 2 hands in case I need to deflect, since I haven't brought out my weapon?
You can use your bonus action to summon your weapon. You can't ready anything since you used your actual action. So.
Will I be able to deflect?
But you.
That's
correct. Because that's a reaction. Okay. So.
Okay. All right. I end my turn.
Cool. So Shojin, you watch as he, just with a mere thought, all of a sudden, he's got like this body armor that covers himself, making these psionic tethers to help protect him. And then in his right hand, he summons the bluish energy blade, his heaven splitter. Cyrene, your turn.
Yay! Okay. I am going to cast Ice Knife, and I'm going to stab the one in front of me.
Okay. Let's see. He failed his save. Which unfortunately deals 1 damage. And the shards that pop out from behind him don't hit anybody. They go through the flame, and as they make it through the flame, they end up fizzling into little puddles of water.
Shouldn't it be 4 damage?
No, so the way Ice Knife works is it hits the first target, and then after that it explodes and hits targets behind them. Do you want to do a different roll?
Yeah, I think I read it wrong then, because I just understood it that it did the full damage to the one creature. Let me do this one instead.
Okay. Constitution saving throw. And he fails. So he is starting to suffocate. On each of your turns for the duration, you can use an action to deal that damage again. So it's unable to speak. He's suffocating currently. Yeah, poor dude. I'll use this freak out one. That's funny. If you wish to move or anything, you may. Otherwise, we are at the top of the round with Kai.
I'm good.
Did he ever get a turn? I don't think the weak monk had a turn.
You're probably right. I think I skipped over it. Most likely because most of them fell over. No, I forgot to roll their initiative. He'll go ahead and take his turn at the end, and he'll try to attack Cyrene. And he misses. And that is all he can do. Alright, Kai, your turn.
Well, if he didn't move, that means he ended his turn next to the wall.
He already took damage from it this turn. You can only take damage from it once per turn. Kind of like how Moonbeam works.
Okay.
So the initial cast, he took damage.
Right, and then
the
each turn after that. Yeah,
Correct.
That makes sense.
Alright, Kai, your turn.
So where I'm, at least where I'm at, this little.
I think you cut out. All I heard was where I'm at.
Okay, so this little area that I'm at, can I like go behind here? Where you see where my
Sure.
thing is?
Yeah, I see it. That northern area.
Okay. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do. I'm gonna strip this dude butt naked.
Okay. You guys
Mask
watch
and
Kai put his weapon away, and he starts to take off the robes of this monk in front of him. The Bone Devil kind of looks over at you. Ah, so you are joining us. Good. So that's your action to take off his clothes. What else do you want to do?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and this is Kai saying this. I'm gonna go ahead and get changed, if you will. And I'm gonna go. Oh, do I have enough movement to go over there? Well, I'm gonna make my
You got
way
30
over there,
feet, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Kai takes off the clothing. The Bone Devil watches as he leaves and then looks back at the rest of you. Well, one down. Just a few more to go. With that, it is the orcs' turns. Let's see. So when they end their turn by it, so he's going to move here, then here, leaving Mirrodin's threat range if you want to make an opportunity attack.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. He then leaves Cyrene's range. You may make an opportunity attack if you wish.
Sorry, muted. Maybe. Let's see. Can I do Thorn Whip?
Yes, you have Warcaster, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can Thorn Whip him. Ooh, that'll hit. And as he's trying to leave, you actually pull him back 10 feet back to where he was, so he tries to leave again. And he has enough movement. He's got 40 feet, so he's able to. He gets right there next to Alfric, and as his brother gets right next to him, they go in with a flurry of attacks against you, Alfric. Each of them will make 3 of them, and they will all be at advantage.
I'm a shield.
Okay. So that brings you to a 22 AC. First attack, miss. Second attack, miss. Third attack does hit for 5. Then the other guy's going to go. First attack will hit you for 9. Second misses. Third attack for 10. So as they get right next to you, Alfric's kind of looking around. He's like, "Oh shit!" And as the first attack comes through, he doesn't even mess around. He throws up the shield, and you can see the arcane energy blocking as he's trying to put his hands in the way of these blows. But since they're coming from both angles, it's a little hard for some of them. But he's able to negate a majority of the damage. That'll be their turn. You're concentrating on slow right now, correct?
Um,
Because slow is concentration, I believe.
I'm looking at it, trying to see where it would say.
So you see that little C symbol to the right of that eye? That means concentration. So it is a concentration spell. So I need 3 Constitution saves.
Sure.
You have Warcaster, right?
Oh, of course. No, I don't.
You don't have it.
No.
Unfortunately, you drop slow.
Okay.
Fortunately, though, only 2 people were affected by it, and they're almost dead.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's. Okay, I see the scene now. I was looking for it.
Okay. So this cultist is going to attack Mirrodin 2 more times. 19 to hit for 9, and then a 14, which misses. He then tries to run out of the way of the flames. If Lacan and Mirrodin want to use opportunity attacks, they may. Mirrodin would get the first opportunity, though.
No, I'm good.
Does Lacan want to use a reaction?
Well, I used my reaction for the damage reduction. So I wouldn't have to-
For last turn. Or, yeah.
Well, my
Yeah,
next turn
yeah,
hasn't come up yet, so
yeah.
I wouldn't have regained my
True.
reaction.
So he will move. He starts to. Looks like he's following Lacan. Or, not Lacan. Kai in a way. And that will be his turn. And now it is Alfric's turn.
Okay. I want to look at this item I have that lets me use a bonus action as an action, right?
I think it's the other way around. Action is a bonus action. It
Okay.
essentially lets you quicken a spell.
Yep.
Granted, it
Because
still
I-
follows the same rules of level 1 spells and above, so keep that in mind.
Okay. And I'll just mirror image then,
Okay.
and then I will end my turn.
Okie dokie. So are you using your thing to make it a bonus action then to cast that, or do you want to just use your regular
Yeah,
action?
Because he said it was only level 1 spell, right?
Yeah, so if it's level 1 or above, you can only cast one of those anyway, but then you could cast a
Yeah.
cantrip if you wanted.
No, I'm not gonna use the glove now.
Okay, cool. So you have mirror image on. And that ends your turn. Lacan.
Yep.
So, his weapons that he attacked me with, is that it? They're just like, they just look like the arms and the tail? Is there anything...
Correct. And as you're looking at
else?
him, you notice that now he's armless and he doesn't have a tail. Like, these are his arm and tail.
Alright. I'm gonna reposition over this dead body and start wailing on this orc right here. That is an orc.
Correct. You'll have advantage on these attacks. 18 hits. He gets a tether. That definitely hits.
By the way, the I'm gonna let the tether off this up.
Off the guy that's running away.
Yeah.
Okay. That unfortunately... Oh no, never mind. Advantage, yeah. Nice damage. Then minus... Yeah, that orc's not looking real hot anymore. He's a hurtin'.
Now here's something else. Never mind. I guess that'll be it then.
Okay. With that is the Bone Devil's turn. And he has his claws
actually-
and his tail.
I'm sorry. Can I use my reaction to instead go into the parry stance?
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay. That adds 2 to your AC, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So his arms will fly over to the flank, and he will make those same 3 attacks against you. Okay. So 27 to hit for 8 slashing damage. Now that your turn's over, you do have your reaction if you wish to use it.
The parry stance consumes the reaction, I believe. Pretty sure it does.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've used it. I think you're right.
Yeah, you use your reaction to enter the stance. Yeah.
Okay. He rolled a 27 again for 8 more slashing damage, and then he rolled a 26 on his stinger. I need a Constitution saving throw, please. So you are poisoned for 1 minute. As the stinger penetrates, you can feel something enter your bloodstream, and this time, now that it's hit multiple times, it's starting to take effect. Even though you're undead, you're still under the influence of these things. You take 16 piercing damage and 10 poison damage. Soon! Mirrodin, your turn.
Okay. Well, I'm going to utilize my bonus action to go here. Actually, can I see through the flames?
No.
Yes. Or
No.
oh,
One
never
of you is
mind.
correct.
He knows his class. I still don't know everything about it.
It's like Wall of Fire. You can't see Wall of Fire.
Alright, I'm going to use my bonus action to simply go here. I shall then use my action to utilize the power of my cantrip called Eldritch Blast to Eldritch Blast this guy and this guy.
Alright.
In that order.
Yeah. So 13 doesn't, or the 14 doesn't hit for the orc, but the 13 does hit for the other dude. So you blast his ass to next week as his body kind of flies away. Or actually, do you want his body to fly away?
Nah, I don't really care about it that much.
Okay. He just dies.
Alright. Just gonna mosey on over here. Seems like a good idea, let's be honest.
You're forgetting your robes!
Oh, sorry. My apologies.
Shojin, your turn.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm gonna cast Crystal Cocoon on the Bone Devil.
You can't see him right now. Or
I didn't see.
how
wait,
tall
what
is
did
the fire?
10 feet.
Oh, never mind. You can because he's floating in the air. Which
you-
actually
Alright.
means Mirrodin, you could see him too if you were trying to Eldritch Blast him.
I was just trying to teleport.
Okay, so Crystal Cocoon on the dude.
Yeah, let me hit it, my guy. Why is it not coming up?
Hold on. It's not coming up because it's not under the right. I missed this one. Let me edit it real quick.
What, Crystal Cocoon? I didn't tap it yet. I was just trying to find it.
Yeah.
Let me know when you're ready for me to hit it, or unless you're good.
Hold on.
Alright.
Alright, go ahead and hit it.
Alright.
So the 12 does not hit, but it should add... I don't think it added all of your modifiers. Yours and Gerald's spell sheets for some reason are fucking up. I don't know why. So it's a plus 4 to the 12, which does not hit him.
God damn. Below the fucking.
Let's go ahead and deduct your psionic energy from that. You can still move and stuff if you wish. You guys watch Shojin as he holds out his hand, and you see these sort of crystals emerge around the Bone Devil. And as they all come in to try to like collapse around him, he's able to use his dexterity essentially to just move out of the way and fly around.
All right, I'm gonna just stay still. I'm in my.
Okay, Cyrene, your go. Is that against? Yeah, that's gonna hit. That poor dude, he's dead as fuck. You guys watch as Cyrene. Do you want to use your hands or your teeth? Are you muted? You are muted.
I'm muted. Hands, big claws.
Okay, you guys watch Cyrene as she goes in. She rears back her hand, and as she goes forward, it's sort of like from her mid forearm all the way to her hands, it turns into a bear claw, and she just rips this dude's throat out as he, we'll say he gets knocked into the fire and starts to burn up. How exciting.
And I'm good. It's my turn.
Okay. Top of the round, Kai.
Did you say I put the mask on?
I don't know, did you?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think you did yet. You just have the mask and his robes right now. You can use your action to put them on.
So I asked Mirrodin, hey, well, I tell Mirrodin, yeah, make sure you don't forget your robes. And then I kind of point towards the mask too. I mean, so he can see it. And then I'm gonna go behind, like, the doorway so nobody can see me.
Okay. As you get back there, there is plenty of spots back there within your movement range to where no one will be able to see, like, exactly where you are from their location. So what do you do when you get back there?
What do I see? What do I see? Like, is there like a hallway going anywhere or something like that?
So what you can see is a bunch of statues and stuff. They all look to be chiseled in the sort of image of the Bone Devil in different poses and stuff like that. They're all made out of the same sort of steel, the dark steel that you've been seeing common on this floating rock. Other than that, as you're looking, there's a tapestry that shows like the Bone Devil's face on it, and it goes all along. So, oops. Essentially right here, there's a tapestry. Of course, on this inside hallway, there's one here. So there's like 5 of them on this side. And it looks like it's just a spot where people would probably go and kind of just stand by if the Bone Devil was worried about somebody, and they would be able to hide in the shadows and come out and get you. As you look up, though, in the rafters, you do see a couple more of the cultists that are up there, and they currently got crossbows that are sort of peering out in these small little holes pointed towards your companions. But they haven't taken their shots yet.
Is there like a staircase going up by chance?
No, there's a ladder, though. As you turn around and look at where you came from, there's a ladder right there that climbs up to these little rafters. You can't tell from the distance, but more than likely there's another one on the other side too.
So I'm gonna put this robe on, and like so yeah, I'm gonna put the robe on and then go up the ladder and see if they like kind of see me and know that I'm here.
Okay, so you don't have enough movement to get up the ladder just yet, but you start to climb up it after you put on the robe and stuff. So we'll say that you're in the process of climbing the ladder, and you have the robes on of that cultist who's butt naked. He's got a loincloth on, of course, so, you know, he's not showing anything inappropriate, luckily.
Do you think the skeleton lord here would hear me by chance?
Probably not with all the ruckus going on outside.
Okay, never mind.
He definitely knows
Then
you
I'm-
went back there, but at this moment he has no idea what you're doing back there.
Okay. Alright, yeah, I'm just putting this. Alright, I'm just gonna put the robe on and then just wait until I can move it.
Okay. Alright. To the orcs' turn, they're gonna do their same thing to Alfric again.
Okay, well, I'm gonna also shield and use my mirror images to hopefully survive.
So the first attack misses anyway, second attack misses anyway. The third attack does hit, but then you use your shield to make it go away, so now it doesn't hit. As the other one comes at you, his attack misses. He gets a natural 20.
Okay.
So roll your thing for the mirror image.
D20, right? Yeah.
Yep. A 15, it hits one of the mirror images instead.
Cool.
His final strike is a 20, but you have 22 AC right now with shield up. So luckily, you are able to survive their onslaught. And as they're cutting into you, and you sit here and use this arcane energy to sort of move all of their attacks out of the way, they're kind of like, you can see that there's a visible confusion on their face. They're not sure why they're not able to hit you.
Lovely.
That will end their turn. This guy is dead. It is Alfric's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna fire shield.
All right.
And I end my turn.
The flames provide you with a warm shield, grants you resistance to cold damage. You use the fire version, right, then?
Yeah.
Okay. Whenever a creature within 5 feet of you hits with the melee, the shield erupts, and they take... Cool. Alright, noted. Lacan, your turn.
I'm going to try to disengage and back
Okay.
off over here.
Okay. So you guys watch as Lacan like goes into this sort of like the shadowy form of himself starts to shift, and it's almost as if he's jumping. Think of like, actually no, I don't think the Heartless ever did that. Never mind. He turns into like this sort of it almost looks like just a glob of shadow as it kind of jumps from spot to spot as he runs over with pretty extreme speed. And the Bone Devil, as you get away, it kind of looks over. You will be wonderful part of my collection.
Then I'm going to use my other action to soul siphon these two right here.
All right. You guys watch Lacan as he points his blade at the dead bodies. The one killed by Mirrodin and the one that got burnt by Lacan's thing. And he's able, you watch as their life energy starts to seep into his blade.
What's their CR?
They are... So the one with the gold mask is a CR2. And the one with the shitty mask is a 1/8.
Oh, so wait, he's a 1/8, I can't even...
True.
Doesn't work on him then.
So you get, I think, 2 hit points, right? Or how, I forget how it works, but...
Yeah, it's just 2.
Okay. If you have anything else you want to do...
Nah, that consumed everything besides my reaction.
Okay. Alright, the Bone Devil, it's going to move its arms over towards Shojin. You're next, little boy.
Over my dead body.
Actually, yes. He rolled a natural 20 with his claws, which expels the magic from his claws, which are a Vorpal blade. You are decapitated. You are dead.
I can't deflect it.
No, it's a natural 20. Just hitting you decapitates you.
Oh my god.
Bug.
So as the claws go in and he slashes at you, the first attack you move with your katana and you move it out of the way. As the second claw comes in, you guys watch as it's a clean slice straight through the neck. And Shojin kind of has this like you know how when two samurai like run at each other, do that final strike, and then they kind of stand there for a second, and then one falls over. It's kind of exactly like that. Shojin's standing there for a moment, and then all of a sudden you see his head fall off. Oh, that was unintentional. Hold on, I can fix this. The Bone Devil starts to fly over, and he's not quite able to land where you're at just yet. No. Yeah, he's got enough. He lands, attaches his arms and his tail back, and he starts to pull something out of his pockets, but he's not able to do it just yet. So Shojin, as of right now, is dead and has no head. Bone Devil is done with his turn. Mirrodin, your turn.
Bernie, what is this crystal?
That is Shojin's little crystal thing. I don't know why he brought it out.
Alright, well, I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna go ahead and walk forth towards one of the things that still has clothes on and a mask, but while I'm doing that, I'm gonna fire off in a couple of Eldritch Blasts. Hopefully the first one hits this guy, and then I can hit this guy with the other one, but we'll see.
14 misses.
Well, I'm still gonna try to finish him off.
Alright, that'll hit. 15 is enough.
Okay.
So Alfred, you watch Mirrodin as he's coming back, looking for some robes real quick. He blasts 2 Eldritch Blasts at this dude, finally killing him. His sword falls out and clangs against the floor. The Bone Devil is currently fixated on trying to find something in his pockets, but as the orc falls over, he looks to Mirrodin. Ah, I guess you'll take his place.
Okay, what? That's my turn.
You got promoted.
Awesome, I love getting promoted.
Cyrene, your turn.
Okay. I am going to Misty Step on out of there. And I'm gonna go back here.
All right.
And then I will do, let's see. There's nothing really in range.
Currently, your only targets
Mhm.
are the other orc and the Bone Devil if you want to attack him.
Yeah. But I'd have to use... Oh wait, hold on.
A cantrip.
That was a bonus action, so I'd have to use a cantrip, but I don't have anything that can do it within...
You've got Thorn Whip that'll hit the orc.
Oh, that is 30 feet, isn't it? I was reading that wrong. Okay, let's do that then.
All right. No. Unfortunately, that misses.
Bummer.
You watch as Cyrene disappears, and as she comes out, she just turns around, doesn't even look past her, and she whips her Thorn Whip, brings it back, looks over, and she's like, damn it, I should have just taken the time to spin around, but I had to be cool.
I'm gonna walk this way.
Okay.
Don't forget your robes.
Yes! Very important!
Yes.
Kai, it is your turn. And you are currently climbing up the ladder. It'll take you 20 feet to get up there, and you'll have 10 feet left. Gerald.
My bad. So yeah, so I'm gonna try to, I guess, I want to say, all right, I'm gonna start climbing this ladder here.
Okay. So it takes you 20
much
feet to
movement?
get up there.
Uh-huh.
At the top, you still have 10 movement, and those dudes are within 10 feet of you. They've got their crossbows out, but you can hear them talking to each other. Oh, wow. He did it. He decapitated the little kid.
Oh snap! So do they know I'm here?
Now that you said, oh, snap, they look over, and they're like, where's your crossbow?
Okay, think on your feet. Think on your feet. Yeah. So I'm like newly converted. So do you mind?
And that is
lending
all you can
me-
say.
Oh. So am
What do
I
you
like
do with the rest of your movement and stuff?
Okay, so I just want to go up to him, and I can't say anything. I can't stand him, Brady. Hold on. What happened to my sheet?
If you shift, double-click your token, it'll pop up.
Okay, I got it. So okay, so it's just us two here. Is there anybody else?
No. So far, what you see is just you and these other two cultists, and they're looking at these little peepholes that, as you're looking out, you can see almost all of the You can see everything to the left of my arrow right now, essentially, from these little peepholes.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah, so that's kind of like my point of view. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna walk up to one of them, or I guess the first one. And you said both of them in 10 feet. I'm gonna non-lethally knock these dudes out, if I can.
All right. Yeah. Go for the first attack.
I'm gonna spend a nerve in doing so.
That will hit the first guy, and it'll knock his ass out too.
And I'm gonna take a hit at the other one. Non-lethally.
Okay. That is just enough to knock the other dude out too. As you knock out the first dude, the second guy, as he's moving his crossbow to aim at you, traitor! But then you come in and you quickly like hit him upside the head, and he kind of like smacks against the wall, and then they both fall on the raptor in front of you. You probably do some cool like samurai like sheathing your blade bullshit. I don't know.
No one saw.
Yeah, no one saw.
Okay, so I'm gonna, and I can't do like a bonus action to pick this crossbow up,
No.
can I?
No, if you don't have an
Can I do a
ability that
bonus?
says you can use a bonus action, then you
Okay.
technically don't even have bonus actions.
Okay, so I can't do anything no more. Not even like
No,
throw these clothes down so they can wear them.
no. To take off any type of armor, it takes an action to don or
Okay.
doff armor.
Okay, cool. All right, well then I'm just gonna.
Okay. The orc is going to make his 3
What do you mean,
attacks
squad?
against
You're good.
against Alfric. First one is a 15 that misses. The second one is a 23 that hits.
I'm on a shield as well.
Okay. It still hits you. So go ahead and roll the d20, please.
Okay.
13. What'd you have to roll? I think that one hits a mirror image, but I'm not sure. I forget after the
With
first
2
one.
duplicates, you must roll an 8 or higher.
Okay, cool. So he hits another one of your duplicates. He rolled a second 13. Or not 13, 23.
And then with 1 duplicate, it has to be 11 or higher.
Alright, so roll that d20 one more time.
Wait.
You take 5 piercing damage.
Okay. So with the fire thing,
Yeah, so now he takes... What is it? It is 2d8 fire damage that explodes as he hits you.
does
So
he take
go
that
ahead
3
and roll.
times or once?
Just once. The mirror
Okay.
image doesn't have fire shield on it.
Okay. I need to.
So just hit d8 twice for me.
Yeah, there it goes.
There we go. So he takes 10 fire damage as it all explodes in his face, and he's like, "Ah!" His eyebrows are singed, so now he's just like this ugly green-faced dude looking at you with no eyebrows. Kind of looks like, have you seen that meme of Trump without any eyebrows?
Yeah, yeah.
He makes that face towards you where he's like puckered up. But anyway, it is Alfric's turn.
Okay, well I'm gonna Misty Step away. Or wait. Yeah, I'm a Misty Step away. No, actually, I'm going to. I'm not. Am I still in the range of the Bone Lord right now, or no?
Yes.
Okay, I'm a Misty Step away then, and I'm gonna go. like right there.
Okay.
Blue. I'm gonna
Don't
walk.
forget your robes.
Why do you keep saying that?
I assume all of you are just trying to test my skills before you submit.
And then I'm going to Ray of Frost the orc.
All right.
Lit.
Wow.
Damn.
How do you have a plus 12?
Yeah, that's my question.
I understand the 5. I understand the 3.
I don't know.
But another plus 4. Regardless, it's a natural 20. It hits. I'll take a look.
Yeah,
after
we
this
gotta look
and
at that.
see
I think
what-
I might have messed something up when I was trying to do the wizard, the wand thing or something.
Yeah. Anyway, it does do a good amount of damage, and he is now, what, 10 feet slower, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see what you did there, boy.
Yeah, you look at it. Maybe like the
Armor.
staff
You-
and the. I just hit the hotkey for it. Not hotkey, but the spell.
Yeah, this thing.
I don't think I did anything.
Well, anyway, that's the end of your turn unless you want to move any more.
No, that's it.
Okay. Lacan, your go.
I'm gonna drop my form.
Okay.
I'm going to soul siphon that one.
The orc.
Yeah, that did work.
3.
And was I able to hear that commotion that Kai was doing earlier from my position?
Yes. Yeah. You guys, I would say from Cyrene and back, you guys can hear as people are falling onto these rafters. Since he, knocked 2 people out, these are 2 full-grown dudes that are falling, making a lot of ruckus.
Alright, I'm gonna start making my way that way.
Okay. With that,
That's
it'll be
all
Bone
hit.
Devil's turn. I'll have to figure out. I'll have to look at it. Maybe that macros didn't update properly when I edited your sheet with the staff or the wand. So we'll have to see it later. As an action, the Bone Devil is reaching in his pockets and he pulls out these 2 rings. They look exactly like the ones that are attached to his arms and stuff. And he puts one of them at the base of Shojin's neck, and one at the base of his neck, and he puts the other one on the base of the head. And as he does that, now we'll take you to the leatherworkers, and they'll make sure you're all spun up to speed. And now I'll have another braid in a jar. He looks over at the rest of you. Westwind. They'll meet us at the leatherworkers temporarily. For now, let us take this little boy and get him all spun up to speed. He reaches down and grabs Shojin's body and starts to walk out of the abbey. Mirrodin, your turn.
Mirrodin's gonna blast this guy.
Okay.
Easy decision.
Both hit. Pretty sure it's enough damage. Ooh. Yep, that's enough damage to kill him.
Okay. Well, no, walk out after him.
Okay. So as you guys are standing there, Mirrodin blasts the orc, killing him, and then he starts to run to follow the Bone Devil. What does everyone else do?
I'm gonna run up, and before I leave, I'm gonna use my belt.
Can I?
Okay.
Everyone, he has Shojin. Come on. Turning around.
I'm gonna try to snag this one real quick.
In the turn order, Alfric beats you. Alfric gets that soul. You do not.
Yoink. And then I leave.
Okay. You guys watch as Alfric runs up to that orc that Mirrodin just killed. He touches the belt buckle, and you can hear like a visible like slurping sound. Orc. And the Lacan pulls his sword and turns it towards that thing, trying to siphon some of its own, or for his own benefit, but he gets nothing, and he kind of sad face. Kai, you being in the rafters, what do you do?
Yeah, I just want to look around, see if I see anything else of like interest. if
Not up
possible.
here. Yeah, this looks, from
This
what
is
you can
strictly
tell,
like
you
a
see
lookout.
it is strictly a lookout. What you can tell is that probably when there are people that are being made, or yeah, just based on how those two dudes were sitting there with crossbows, you look out of the little peephole and you're scanning the other side, and you see two more little peepholes, but you don't see anything beyond that because it's pitch black. So you can guesstimate that there's probably peepholes at each one of these junctions, depending on how many people are coming to the Abbey for what purpose. The Grandmaster probably has an ambush waiting just in case things go other than planned. But other than that, this location seems to serve no purpose.
Okay, I'm gonna climb down, I guess.
Okay.
Has everybody left?
Yeah, everybody, because it would take you a little bit longer to get down and then to run around to get to them. So at this point, they're all outside. As you guys run outside, you see the Bone Devil is flying. Let me make sure I know. Yeah, he has a fly speed.
Has he gotten particularly far since I took my turn directly after his?
No, he's not super far. He's within any spells that you end up wanting to cast. I'm just trying to figure out where I have this in my notes. Forgot which of these locations he wants to actually go to. Pretty sure it's this one. He's flying. You can see that he's flying this direction. So as you step outside Mirrodin, you see him flying. What do you do?
Well, I'm gonna fucking blast him. I'm gonna try to slow this motherfucker down.
Okay. Go ahead and roll attacks. The first one will hit. Okay. Actually go over here. So as you blast him, he kind of stops for a second, and he turns around to look at you. And he kind of scratches his head, and he has one of his arms carrying Sho. So he ends up letting that arm continue onward, carrying Sho's body, and then he detaches his other arm and his stinger. So you're not done with me yet.
That one is ours.
Fine. Let me bring. I'm just gonna stay on. I'll bring you guys back here so you have your tokens and stuff, and we'll do a little bit of theater of mind. So we'll start at the top of the round. Let me get.
Real quick, Brady. Do you need to like talk to me or anything?
No.
I'm about to grab. I need to head downstairs. I'm about to. Okay, if you do, just message me on Discord.
All right, we'll do.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay. So Kai, we'll say at this moment, after Mirrodin blasts and stuff, all of you are gathered outside. You're roughly about 40 to 50 feet away from him. You can't really tell since he's in the air. What were you going to do then, as you ran outside?
I was gonna attack too, so.
Okay, go ahead then.
Yay! Alrighty, I'm gonna blast the shit out of him with lightning.
All right, Call Lightning comes out. Let me bring him back to... I'm just going to move his token out here so it's easier to grab him and stuff. Let's see. Okay, so your Call Lightning hits, and it goes directly down and hits him, and he's like, ooh!
Give us our friend back.
Okay.
And then that's it.
Top of the round, Kai. As you run outside, you see the Bone Devil is floating 40 feet above. You see 40 feet away from him, roughly. You see Shojin's body being carried.
I'm gonna ask the Bone Devil. So, where is he going? Where do I need to go?
Oh, he's heading to the tannery so I can get his face. And then I will make him into... I will extract his brain.
Okay.
And soon... Yes, go ahead and meet him there. So that we can get your face too.
Okay. So as I'm walking off, and like, is the bone? Is he facing the party as I'm walking off?
Yeah. I'm assuming you're going to use 30 feet of movement, which you're still in front of the Bone Devil. So if you want to dash to get past him, you would have to use your action to dash.
Okay. No, I guess I'll stay right here because I can't talk after I do that, can I? Or make a motion or anything like that, can I?
You can make a motion if you want to, but yeah, you're done talking for this round.
Okay, so if I dash, can I do it?
If you dash, you
Like-
can run past them and
Like
still
make a
motion
facial
if you want.
gesture and stuff like that towards the group
Yeah.
because that's what I'm trying to do. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess I'll dash past him, and then as I'm past him, I kind of turn around and look at the group, and like, without saying a word but moving my mouth and stuff, I say, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm gonna go get him, and then that's it.
So you guys watch Kai as he starts running past the Bone Devil. He turns around, moves the mask above his head, and he's like, I don't know. And then he continues just running. This guy's dead. Alfric, your turn.
He's 40 feet, you said?
Correct.
No, I'm just gonna Ray of Frost him. But how do you want me to do it since my thing's all messed up?
Just roll it and we'll just deduct. Like if it's within... Yeah, just roll it. I think I know what it should be.
Okay.
You should have the 5, you should have the 3, and then it should be a +2.
Okay.
So...
I
Yeah,
don't-
the
yeah, I don't know
+4 is incorrect, which I don't know why it's there. We'll figure it out after the
Yeah.
session, but yeah. 24
Okay.
will hit. But it doesn't seem to
Um,
be super effective.
Okay. Does he still get the 10 lower speed?
Yes.
Yeah. And then I want to move 20 feet back from wherever he is. So,
Staying outside or going back inside?
I I won't be able to see him if I go back inside, will I?
Correct.
I'll just stay out here then.
Okay, so you move like 20 feet, like past the doors, hugging the edge, or hugging the outside of the temple or the abbey. Okay.
And
So you're roughly 60 feet away from him at this point.
Okay.
All right, Lacan, you're up.
So, we're immediately following what happened. Like Mirrodin immediately ran out, shot him.
Correct.
We didn't really actually have much time. So
Correct.
when I spill tank would be up here.
Well, if you're grabbing the robes and stuff,
Well, but I meant like, because you said we all end up getting to the door, but if Mirrodin shot immediately, wouldn't that mean I haven't actually moved?
I'm
yet?
not too worried about specifics, honestly. What do you want to do?
I'm worried because that means Alfred didn't absorb the soul.
No, he did. He used his turn. I gave everyone, I guess, their like turn. You tried to siphon the soul, but Alfred siphoned it first. Because he is first in line. And since both of you said the same thing that you wanted to do, I went with whoever had the higher initiative. Are you taking the masks and stuff?
I guess I'll take it from one over here since I'm technically at the door.
Okay.
And that'll be it. No,
All right,
this
Bone
wall
Devil.
fire is gone.
Hmm?
The wall fire is expired.
Okay. Bone Devil will he'll float closer to you guys, and then you watch his arm and tail start to fly towards you. Doesn't seem to be affected by the ray of frost, which puts him close enough to attack any of you. He will attack twice at Mirrodin, though. Missing both of the attacks. As he claws in and the stinger tries to go in, Mirrodin's able to kind of like duck down and then sort of like do like a barrel roll on the ground to dodge out of the way of the stinger.
Ooh, a crafty one. Maybe your body is better suited.
Mirrodin, your turn. You currently have his tail and his claws within melee range of you.
Okay. How far away is he?
He's 20 feet away from you.
Okay, I'm going to cast Blight on him.
All right. Okay, so Constitution save. He rolled a 12. Does it do anything else or just damage?
No, it just does damage.
Okay. So you guys watch Mirrodin, his eyes go black for a second, and then all of a sudden there's this like this gas cloud of insects, I guess, maybe. I don't know exactly what a blight would look like. I don't remember the spell, but it starts to seep into the Bone Devil, and he starts to like flail around trying to make it go away, and eventually it does. But he looks like he took a pretty massive blow.
I will continue standing where I am.
All right, Cyrene, your turn.
Okay. I am going to cast another lightning.
All right. He makes
And
a save
then-
on this one.
Okay. Is there room for me to back up without having to like go inside or something?
If you're trying to just you can get to like where Alfric is.
Yeah, I'm trying to just get out of the way.
Okay.
So distance between us, but I can still like see him and like cast spells on him and stuff. So.
Okay. So you run along the side of the outside as well, towards Alfric, which effectively puts you around 50 feet away from the Bone Devil.
Okay, that works for me. And that's my turn.
Alrighty. Kai, I assume you keep dashing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Just trying to make sure, yeah, I'm following the floating arm.
Yeah. I'll say that you're not keeping up with it. It is faster than you, especially because it's able to make a straight shot, and you have to kind of go down the curve of the little sort of like the, I guess, mountain that you're on. But you can see where Shojin is, and you're running towards him as best you can. We'll say that it will take you 3 rounds to get to the leatherworker, and it'll take 2 more rounds for Sho to get there. Alfric, your turn.
I'm gonna. How far away is it right now for me? Still the same.
50 feet.
50 feet. Okay. Just Rhea frosted again.
Okay, that hits, but it's not as effective as you would want.
Okay. That's it.
Okay. Lacan.
Alright. I guess I will enter my state again.
Okay.
I'm going to take the potion I have on me and chug it.
Alright. So to enter your state is a bonus action, right?
Bonus. Yeah.
Okay, so you'll have to use your action to chug the potion, so gain 30.
And then I'll run up to his claw and wing at the claw. Or can I? Are they separate, or are you treating the claw and tail as one entity?
Claws and tails are one entity. They're just him projected outwards, so you're still attacking him.
Right. I didn't know if you're trying for that one idea in that wood vid where you can damage the body parts.
Oh no.
But in any case, I'll take a swipe at it.
Alright, that'll hit.
And that'll be my... Yeah.
Okay.
Well, unless... If I was allowed to use that potion for the additional action...
Sure.
Then that would allow my attack action to still be 2 swings.
Yep. That'll hit.
Alright, that'll be my turn then.
Alrighty. Bone Devil's turn. He's going to make his 2 swings against Mirrodin again. He misses with his claws, but he does hit you with the stinger. I need a Constitution saving throw. You are poisoned for a minute. You take 7 piercing damage and 23 poison damage.
That's Exacxis, dude.
Oh, dang. You guys watch Mirrodin as he's ducking out from under the claws, and the tail comes in from behind, is able to like stab him in the back, and Mirrodin can feel the poison going through his bloodstream right before he loses consciousness.
Yes! Another one for my collection.
Bro, someone else just got...
Yeah, He does it non-lethally, so you don't have to make death saves. Cyrene, your turn.
Okay. Since we are all together, I'm going to heal everyone with the staff. $16.
All right. So Mirrodin, you get 16 health and pop up. Alfric and Lacan get 16 health. Shojin and Kai are not here.
That's fine. And
Okay.
that will be my turn.
I'm back.
Kai
Ready.
continues running. Yeah, you're good.
All right.
Kai continues running after Shojin and the Bone Devil's arm. Alfric, it is your turn.
I'm gonna cast Toll of the Dead.
All right.
And where is it at? Oh, I think it popped up behind it again, didn't it? Oh,
No,
no,
you're-
okay. There it goes.
You're good. He resists it.
Ah, just doesn't take it.
Correct.
Okay, well, it's up to you guys then. I can't really hurt this thing. And my turn.
All right. Lacan, your go.
Alright. I'm dropping. Well, actually, I'll keep it for now.
Okay.
And then I'll swing at him.
Ooh.
By the way,
Nice.
that 1d4 was my damage, by the way.
Correct. All right. Wow. Are you hacking? This never happens to you.
No, that's a lot of damage.
Alright.
You got one more, right?
Yeah.
Dang. That would have been cool.
No, I'm trying to. Something real quick. But yeah, that's all I'll do for now.
Okay. All right, the Bone Devil will focus on the target that just started to whoop his ass. He will do a claw and a stinger against Lacan. He rolled a natural 20 with his claws. So as Lacan is going in and wailing on him, his claws catch him at the right moment and decapitate you.
Even though it's one claw?
Yeah, it only requires... His claws have to get a natural 20 for the Vorpal sword effect to happen, which decapitates you instantly. So technically Lacan is dead, and he goes,
Oh, I guess after I deal with your friends, I'll make sure that your brain is extracted properly.
He'll use his stinger attack against Mirrodin, since they're right there next to each other. 26 to hit, which is 12 piercing damage and 16 poison damage.
Okay, well.
Okay, non-lethally. Cyrene, your turn.
I think she said BRB, and I don't know if she's back yet.
Oh, she did say BRB. Good looking out.
I'll
I
chance that.
guess True. I don't know if she'd want to try to heal you again, though, or if she'd want to call lightning. Kirsten, it's your turn. Call lightning. Just so you're aware, because I think it all happened when you were gone, Lacan has been decapitated by the claws, and Mirrodin is now down for the count from the stinger.
Oh, fuck.
Finish this bastard off.
Oh, dear.
You guys can do him in. He's only got a little bit of health.
Like, down for the count as in he's dead too, or he's just knocked out?
No, he's not dead. He's unconscious.
Okay. As long as he's just unconscious, I will still do call lightning.
Okay. He saves against it. Kai is continuing to run. 2 more turns and you'll be at the Tanners. Alfric, your turn.
Slow.
He resists it with a 22.
No, no, no. Don't you know devils are resistant to magic, you fool? Maybe your brain isn't worth it.
That's what I was saying from the beginning.
The Bone Devil's claws pick up Mirrodin, and its tail starts to pick up Lacan, and they float towards the Bone Devil. Once they get to him,
I'll just meet all of you at the tannery. Make sure you bring your ropes.
And he will start to fly away.
Can I zap him
he
again?
will use... No, he uses the dash action to fly.
Shit.
80 feet total.
Dang
Which
it.
puts you out of... Yeah, puts him out of the call lightning. I'll give you 1 call lightning strike against him. Because it is within 120 feet. And I'm pretty sure your point of casting it's not where you're standing now. He did make his save, though. He rolled a 19.
Damn it.
Okay. Okay. Alright, so at this moment, I don't think Cyrene and Alfric have any or enough ranged attacks.
You are correct there.
What's your max ranged attack? Because currently he is 130 feet away from you guys.
I can't hit that.
Hold on. Let me check.
I'm almost certain.
Oh, not that. Ignore that. No,
You can
I
shield?
can't.
Yes.
No,
that
yeah,
would
ignore
work.
that. I can't do nothing.
I'm almost certain Cyrene is in the same boat.
Yeah, everything that I have is my max is 120, but or at least that I have available.
Okay. So I'll put the Bone Devil over here. Kai, as you are running towards the tannery, you get over there and you see a large group of the cultists. There's 5 of the normal-looking guys and 2 of the gold mask guys standing there. And they're all currently, they've got one of the cultists, he's manacled, kind of like, you remember in Game of Thrones, the flayed man, how they would hang the people? Essentially, they've got them hung up on that. So it's like 2 big wooden logs, and in the cross section they make an X, and this guy's chained to where like the chains are taut and he's unable to move. He's got this sort of metal brace around his neck and his head that keep him from moving like at all. And you can see one of the guys with the gold mask is taken like a very sharp blade, and he's just making small cuts, peeling the face off of the skin. And the dude that's getting his face cut right now, you see a bunch of tears streaming down his face, but you hear no screams. From what you can tell, this is sort of an initiation for these guys, and this guy's trying to hold everything back, try to hold everything in him that he can to not scream and ruin everything. As you get there, you see that Shojin's body is currently set next to a table, with his head set on top of the table, and he's got like this blank look on his face. His tongue is like held out a little bit, and the claws are just hovering above the head for now, sort of in a protective stance to make sure no one gets there towards the body until the Bone Devil comes. Currently, none of those cultists see you there, so what does Kai try to do?
So you said there's a protective barrier around him. You said.
Not a protective barrier. The claws are hovering near him, preventing, essentially standing guard. And then Alfric and Cyrene, I assume you guys start running in the direction
Yeah.
that the Bone Devil's flying away, right?
Yeah, chasing him.
Yep. I want to use the Pearl of Power, Brady,
Okay.
on the way there. So the max is a level 3 slot, right? Not a 4th one.
I believe so, yes.
It just has a weird way of wording it. I'm not sure why it would. It just, I'm not understand the wording, but I'll get a level 3 back then.
While the pearl is in your thing, if the expanded slot is 4th level or higher, the new slot is 3rd. So yeah, only 3rd level or below.
That's just a weird way of just saying you can't go above 3. But yeah, I get a 3rd back.
Cool. What's Kai's next big move?
So nobody sees me. I'm over here like secret squirrel right now. So I guess so what you describe is all I see, right? I don't see anything else.
Correct. Yeah, you
Like
just see
above
like
me.
now there's two large facilities behind where all this is going on, and what you notice, I guess to paint a better picture, is this isn't the only sort of cross-sectional X made out of wood that they have with all these manacles and devices to hold people still. They've got about like 12 of them sort of sprawled out in front of these two metal buildings. What you also notice is sort of in between these buildings, you see a clothesline with all these sort of leathery garments kind of flapping in the wind. But from this distance, you can't tell what they are. But you do see there are 7 people in front of you. 5 of them look to be wearing the clothes that you're wearing. 2 of them have the special, like the dark red attire with the gold masks.
So I guess just so you said they're in front of me, and is this line is going towards children's character?
Yeah, so they're 40 feet in front of you right now. They're not paying attention to you because they're currently cutting this dude's face off.
Oh my god. All right. So I guess I'm going to nonchalantly walk towards that body, or show's body. Did you hear me by chance?
You try to get over to Show's body stealthily, you said?
Well, if I'm wearing, since I'm wearing the thing, the attire, the disguise, I'm gonna kind of just nonchalantly walk towards it.
Okay. Okay, cool. So you start walking up. Show's body is about 20 feet away from you, and the other guys are about another 20 feet away from that. As you get by the claws, you see them sort of floating above Show's head. They kind of turn towards you.
They're just looking at me right now.
Yeah, they're pointed towards you. Go ahead and roll me a perception check real quick. As you're looking at the claws, they definitely look like if you get any closer, they'll attack you. But yeah, the other dudes, they don't seem to notice you right now. They're not particularly careful about or they're too locked into what they're doing. Other than that, you don't see anything else besides what I've already told you.
Okay.
At this moment, Alfric and Cyrene, you guys are about two turns, so 12 seconds away from where Kai is. You guys can currently see sort of Kai in the distance.
Okay, where's the creature? Is it still in front of us?
The Bone Devil is about to land on top of where Shojin is at.
Okay. How long did it take us to get there?
It took you guys roughly 4 rounds of dashing to get over there. Took the Bone Devil 3.
Okay. I'm gonna do Call Lightning again.
Well, go ahead.
Well, I mean, I'd be recasting it because all my rounds are over.
He makes his save.
Where's he at?
So as he's flying down, he's about like 30 feet away from Kai when your bolt of lightning strikes down, and as it strikes, he kind of screams. All of the dudes, Kai, as you're going up towards Sho, all of the cultists look back and they see you creeping up towards Shojin's body, and then you kind of like stand up and you're like, what? And they all kind of like give you this weird look. The one guy that's cutting the face actually fucks up and cuts like a whole side of it off to where now there's like a large piece, almost like a floppy piece of ham. And he's like, oh, go get the sewing kit. We can fix this. The Grandmaster will never know. And the other guys are like, but when did he get here? And then he looks back at you too. What's your name? They're shouting at you, Kai.
So, I'm gonna say name, and just start laughing cynically.
They all kind of start nodding their head. Hey, he's learned rather quickly. Cool. Go ahead and bring his head into that facility. And he points at one of the large structures. Make sure you put it in one of the large tanks so that he doesn't die yet.
Hold on. So out of character, is he talking to me?
Yeah, he's talking to you. He's trying to preserve Shojin's head.
And where is that?
He points again at the structure on the right.
You got it. And I'm gonna just like kind of imitate their walk and just go towards where he wants me to go.
Go ahead and roll a performance check.
Could I possibly? Well, hold on. Let me look. Hold on. Could I use my disguise kit with this since I'm wearing this?
I mean, you're already disguised, so I've let.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I wouldn't
disguise
get like a
kit.
bonus.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
helping you look like physically, but now you're trying to imitate them, and you have had very little experience with these guys. So this is like more of a like performance. Like, can you perform like them? And yeah, you grab the head. The claw starts to float away from you, as they have just given you an order, and the claw retracts back to the Bone Devil as he lands. He turns around, drops Lacan's body, his decapitated body, on the floor, drops Mirrodin's unconscious body, and he turns around to face where Cyrene and Alfric are. And as he's sort of breathing pretty heavy,
All of you, go get them now!
and then he... Kai, as you're starting to run away, these guys all grab their weapons and they start to run towards Cyrene and Alfric. So we'll say at this point, Alfric, what do you do as you're running towards, and you can see the Bone Devil like sort of standing there making his last stand essentially.
How far away is he?
He is 80 feet.
How far are his goons?
They are an additional 40 feet away from him, so 120 feet.
So it's going to take them at least a round to get to us.
Yeah.
Okay. And he's going to have to dash, conceivably, to get to us, based on what we've seen.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, so far what you've seen is when he flies, if he's got his appendages attached to him, which he does, they can go an additional whatever his movement speed is to get to you.
Okay. I'm gonna look to Cyrene and say, just keep casting your lightning, and wait for my cue when his goons get close. Okay.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna cast Mirror Image on myself.
Okay.
And then we'll wait.
All right, Cyrene, your go. He makes his save. So as that strike of lightning comes down and hits him, you see him kind of like shake it off a little bit, and he kind of looks at you, and you can see these sparks, kind of like when the Sphinx was trying to think real hard, the sparks that happen and stuff coming from the back of its head. And he holds up his hands and he goes,
Wait, maybe we can come to some sort of deal. I know things. I know a lot of things. Things that'll help you get to your pillar of the Lightbringer.
and he holds a hand out.
Stop, all of you. Go back to your dormitories. I will call you when I need you. What say you, adventurers? I can make sure your friends are safe. They don't have to die, but if you kill me, they're as good as dead.
You better explain right now, or else I'll zap you again.
All in due time. First, I think we have something else that we need to take care of.
And he points towards Mirrodin's body and Lacan's body.
If
All
you bring
the
our
other
friends
cultists
back,
at this point start to sort of like they got their weapons and they're keeping a steady eye on you, but they're moving away.
Alfric?
We need them back, so
Well, but is this like the resurrection thing where if it fails, then
I don't know what he's planning on doing. So I ask, how will you bring them back?
will they be the same as they were before?
Of course, yes.
Unaltered.
Slightly.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Well, I mean, your friend without a head is gonna have, you know, scarring.
Aside from minor
Will they be under
scarring.
your control?
Oh, no. No. I don't have that type of power.
As a show of good faith, we are demanding two things. You bring them back the way they were, alive, healthy, whole, not under your control. And number two, you cannot attack us or kill us. Any of us.
And
I
you
won't
will
kill you. I
And
will
you'll
stop
swear the
zapping
same
you.
of your friends?
Yes.
I'll tell you now, and maybe I should have led with this before you all started to attack me, but if you kill me, this whole place goes, and he takes his hands near himself, and he goes,
Well, at this point, considering the amount of people we lost, I'm willing to make that risk because you've pissed me off.
Yeah, you get them.
well then, since we have a ceasefire, come with me. And his arms are attached and his stingers attached, and
Hold on.
after a couple moments, oh, go ahead.
I need it in writing. Like, I need something that, like, proves, like, that will, like, double back on you if you break your promise. Some sort of
Fine.
accord.
And he shifts his hands, and you see a scroll pop out, and he takes his finger and he starts to scribble stuff down. And it takes him a couple seconds, but, you know, he eventually it finishes it, and he hands it over to you. Just sign at the bottom, then I will sign, and your word and my word are sealed. The
Okay.
scroll states that he will bring back your friends, not under his control, as if they had never gone down in the first place, perfectly healthy. He will not attack you anymore, and you will not attack him anymore. And underneath where it says you, he puts in parentheses your group.
And I add your group to my parentheses around his name as well.
Perfect. He wipes a finger, which erases some of the writing, and he re-scribbles it.
Alright.
a signature from both of you, please.
Alfric, you want to make sure it looks good? I mean, it looks good to me.
I mean, I could do comprehend languages and see if there's anything like fucky with it.
It's written in common.
Okay.
A devil is only as good as his contracts.
I want to do a check. Do I understand what that means?
What he said?
Yeah. Do I know?
You don't need to roll to know that.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll religion.
I'm not sure what he means by that. I need to get my character. Oh, it's a tab behind itself.
Brady.
Yo.
You read that?
Read what?
Point.
I don't see anything.
On
right
on
there.
Roll20.
Oh, as he reads it, they decapitate.
All right, I'll just go ahead and sign it. We have a deal.
Okay.
Perfect. And you go ahead and you sign the contract, and as you do, he waves his hand and it starts to roll up. And as it rolls up, there's sort of like this flame that makes it vanish into like a puff of smoke. Now, I highly recommend not going back on your word. Definitely make sure your friends don't go back on your word. Or,
You will
I
suffer
understand.
greatly.
Noted.
And I will tell you this now, it won't be from me. You could kill me right now. But I have powerful friends in powerful places. Now, let's stitch your friends back up.
Show us the way. Lead the way.
Okay. So as you guys go to grab your friends' bodies, I will change the music to something that's not as damn. Maybe this one's better. Yeah, this will work. Kai, as you walk into that one building, as you're looking around, let's see, that's not actually a good one. Okay, I'll have to look for some good music. Anyway, Kai, as you walk in, there's a couple things that you notice. This room, or this place, is full of like different canisters, wooden canisters with some sort of like dark liquid. And there's like at least 10 of them. They're all against the wall. There's plenty of tools everywhere. There's a lot of sharpening stones. There's a lot of knives that you can tell that they keep a good stock of things that they need in order to take your faces away and then essentially tan them and stuff like that. On a separate wall, you see hundreds of faces that have been taken away from their bodies, and they're essentially just hanging here, waiting to be used for whatever reason. The ones that you saw outside, they look like they're newer. They've been tanning for anywhere between a couple days to a couple weeks out in the sun. Also, sort of in the center aisle of this place, you see a bunch of these sort of filled jars with these weird, like as you get closer to them with Shojin's head, they're a glass jar filled with this sort of bluish looking liquid. At the base of the jar, there's like this small glass panel with a bunch of different what looks like buttons and stuff like that. You can't make heads or tails what that means, but this is the jar that you were told to put Shojin's head into. What do you do?
So you said this is you said that's the jar that he said grab.
Yeah, he was being more generic. Any of the jars will do, but like this is what the jar looks like, is what you come to the conclusion of.
Oh, okay. And you said these there are some faces on here that have been like are like good to go and dried.
Yep. They look as you look at them, they are leathery. From what you can tell, they're not like the mask that you're currently wearing. They're not made of that type of material. These are something that you would put on your face and then would probably have to do other stuff to make it, stay on your face. But you can see that their faces from anywhere between a young child to an old lady. There are all types of demographics on that wall.
I want to distinctively take one that looks like a child's face.
Okay. So you walk over. It doesn't take you to actually roll a perception check. Let's see how long it'll take you to get it. Because there's a lot. There's like hundreds of these faces.
You said roll what?
Perception. Okay. Easy enough. As you're scanning the wall, almost like when you're playing I Spy and you see something like out of the ordinary right away. You see what looks to be probably a 12-year-old boy. See his face. Smooth, No wrinkles or anything like that. No scarring or anything. It's right there in front of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it.
Okay. So you reach up and grab it, and it kind of just like it's held on by like sort of like a almost like a coat hanger through the eye socket. You just lift it off, and it's leathery. It's not wet or anything like that. Like it's got no type of liquid or moisture on it. It's cured. A cured human face is in your hand. You can add leathery human face mask to your inventory sheet if you wish. At this
Alright.
point, the Bone Devil walks inside with Lacan's body and head and Mirrodin's body. And as he walks in, he looks to you. Ah, new recruit. Go ahead and put that head in one of these vats. I'll take care of the rest. And he walks over to one of the vats and he puts Lacan's head in it. And then he puts a sort of a lid on it and screws it on. And you can hear when he presses the buttons, you hear beeping sounds. Beep, 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 beep. That little glass panel lights up green, and you can see sort of like lines that pop up and down, kind of in a zigzag pattern. And there's sort of like initially, as it starts to power on, you can hear like the whirling of some sort of components inside of this vat. You see initially like a jet of bubbles, and then suddenly, Lacan, you are brought back to life via only your head, and you can look around and stuff. You are essentially a head in a jar right now. Now, do it to your friend real quick. I'll put in the codes, and then we'll make sure that they get back attached to their bodies.
Do we walk in at any point during this?
I assume you guys walk in the exact same time
Okay.
as the Bone Devil. So you
Okay.
guys are seeing this happen. So at
Okay,
any
so-
point you want to do anything, just, holler.
Kai, stand down. We made an agreement. We can't hurt him, and he's gonna bring our friends back. This is the way they were.
I just shrug and put the head in the jar.
Okay. You put the head in the jar. He starts to type some buttons and stuff, and then does the same thing. Shojin, you are now back to life, except for you only have your head. Your body is currently sitting outside. Perfect. Enough time.
Over my dead body.
Funny.
What the? I don't even want to know. Just continue.
Okay. Now, we'll need to take them to another location in order to combine their bodies back with their heads. Your friend, and he points to Mirrodin, he's perfectly fine in all technicalities, but it'll just take a little while for him to come back unless you have some sort of healing.
I do. I'll heal him real quick.
Okay. Mirrodin, you pop back up to 8. As you start to stand up and stuff, the Bone Devil kind of shifts uneasily and gets behind Cyrene.
Mirrodin, I made a deal with him to bring our friends back, so we can't hurt him, and he can't hurt us. I know. But if it brings everyone back, then that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Seems we're all on the same
page.
What else do we need to do?
We need to go to the control room of this place. There, the machinery necessary to attach your friends' heads resides, and after we're done there, I can show you all how to get to the place you're looking for, and you can leave us.
Okay.
Deal.
On the way, I have a few questions for you.
Sure. Let's go ahead, and as he starts to say that, you watch as Lacan's body starts to stand up on its own, and it heads over to the vat and starts to try to open it and stuff, and the Bone Devil kind of goes, "That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Is your friend actually dead?"
Yeah,
We thought he was.
Yeah, it's a gray area.
Hold on. He kind of moves the body out of the way, which it sort of, begrudgingly does. He presses a couple buttons, which you hear a clicking sound. He undoes the vat. The body reaches in, grabs the head, puts it on his, I don't know what you'd call it, his stump of a neck.
I think
And as
neck would be
he
fine.
lets go, the head starts to fall, and then he
Well,
catches it.
No. I'm not gonna let go. I'm not. I'm not. I may not be the smartest person in the world, but I'm not that dumb either.
Okay.
Let's hurry up and reattach this.
Very good. Now, as he starts to walk, the enlightened ones will be able to control the device and make sure that everything is precise in what we need to attach their heads. It's very strange that you have an undead fellow walking with you, but I've seen stranger things. You have a couple questions before we get there.
Yes. What is this place? Where are we?
Well, this is a place now known as the Monastery of the Distressed Body. It is a way of life that I've created for people that are outcast to the rest of the world, and a place where they can essentially shed all of their past to become something new for the future. Whether they give up their old bodies or their minds is up to them. And then they're able to live here without any sort of persecution, without any need to be told from anyone other than myself, of course, what to do. It's an easy life for those that have lost their way in societies.
In what are you?
I am a bone devil from the Nine Hells. Brought here by Qualish, probably an accident.
And how is this place connected to your life?
Well, see, that's Qualish. He is an inventor, very bright individual. He found this place, which used to be some sort of ship, I think. I don't really remember. But he repurposed it into one of his laboratories during his experimentations for teleportation. And he accidentally opened up a portal to my home in the Nine Hells, which I stepped through and took over. Ever since, I've made this a place where anybody of any nationality, any race, any creed can come here to essentially wash away all of their sins and their past. Begin anew. All it requires is your body or your mind.
Is the Sphinx the only way to get here?
So far, it's been quite effective at making sure that only those that are deemed worthy get here, yes. But not many people know about this place. From what I understand, at least judging by what the Sphinx was able to extract from your memories, is that you all You all found this place through an extra dimension, which means that there are little portals in these mountains near us that essentially lead to other dimensions and allow them to find us. I've heard thousands of different worlds, thousands of different names for things, but here it's all made simple.
The Sphinx spoke of these things to bring back to it, to restore our intelligence and things it took from us. Do you know what those are?
I do, but I will not tell you because I need them.
Is there a way we could get those back?
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
Perhaps if
Do
you
you
go
have a
and kill
name
it.
besides Bone Devil?
The Grand Master. I prefer it.
Hmm. Is there something that I can call you besides Grandmaster and Bone Devil?
Master.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Grand.
Okay.
Unfortunately, mortal, I am not a fool. I will not tell you my true name.
Anyway. So, you say kill the Sphinx is another alternative?
Sure, but I won't allow that.
Okay. Well, either way, how about you? How do you know where we're going? How do you know where that's at?
When the Sphinx extracted your intelligence, it came with a bit of your memories too. Obviously, you still remember them as is, but now I know them too, as I am linked to the Sphinx. I do not have its vast knowledge, but I do get a glimpse as to what they're looking for, and you all are looking for these pillars of the Lightbringer. And I'll tell you now that this island does not house one of them, but deeper within these mountains is your pillar that you're looking for, although that will come with its own challenges.
Okay.
The place that you're looking for is an ancient civilization that has since been destroyed by some sort of ooze creature. The place is called Doin Gloin, the City of Glass.
Okay, I start to write this down.
The gentleman, the inventor, Qualish, was looking for that place when he stumbled upon this location, and after I drove him out, I can only assume that he went that way. It will take you, though, a matter of days, if not weeks, to get there.
Does time flow differently in here than outside?
Don't believe so. Typically, when you go to another plane of existence, as opposed to a demiplane, time flows differently. This is a demiplane, so time should flow exactly the same as it does in your world.
Okay.
Well, at least we have that.
That is a
going.
very oddly specific question.
We lost a few months back.
We may have some experience with multiple planes already.
Hilarious. I mean, that's tragic, really.
Yes, very.
Are there easy ways to travel through the mountains, or is it just the barge that we came in on is what we need to travel further in?
The barge stays at this place, as it allows more of my cultists to come in the future, but I can let it drop you off at a safe location so you can start making your trek.
Thank you, Bone Devil.
Okay. Well, lead the way to where you're about to take us for our friends.
Okay. Does anyone else have questions for the Grand Master? Okay.
So you guys end up getting towards the back side of the island, and you come across another one of these large, dark steel sort of structures. And as you get close to it, the door automatically opens, much like a sliding glass door would when you go to Walmart and stuff like that. And the Bone Devil walks in. And as you do, you see like a maze of destroyed controls and broken machinery. There's a bunch of wires that twist their way around the walls, erupting from little control panels that have pulled apart and lay bare with their internal components open. You see 5 clear canisters connected by metal tubing and wires that line the walls directly in front of you. Each one of them is filled with the same sort of liquid that the jar that you guys have Shojin's head in. And there's also a complete intact humanoid brain inside of it. All right. Now, this is a pretty simple procedure. If you would, go ahead and undead one, and he points to Lacan. Go ahead and step right here, and he points to sort of this sort of metallic platform that's raised a couple inches off of the ground, and above it you see whole like bunch of like mechanical arms with different various tools attached to them, scissors, syringes, all types of like medical devices that would be used in surgeries and stuff like that.
I proceed to walk to the platform.
I don't know how much you feel, but he walks over to one of the canisters and he starts speaking in a language that I don't believe any of you know. And as he finishes, actually, let me... If anyone can tell me what I typed.
Nope.
In a whisper.
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. As this happens...
Hold on. I can. Like, what do you want me to do? Retype it to you in a whisper?
Yeah.
Alright, 1 second. Whisper is \WGM or DM?
Yeah, and if you type me very elegant and beautiful, then I will not allow you to get your head back. Everyone sees that.
You said what?
If you're typing the very elegant and beautiful, but said with a forked tongue, everybody sees that. There's another message that I wrote. If you can tell me what it says, you don't have to type it.
So you mean like
that,
that one paragraph?
Yeah, that paragraph's not what I typed.
Ah, okay. Never mind. I don't think I see it.
Yeah.
Let me scroll down a little bit.
Oh, no, you don't. I know you don't.
if you can read it.
It's literally just one word, so... Yeah. None of you guys know what he's saying. And as he finishes saying it, he looks over. Hold very still. And all of a sudden, the contraption above you comes to life. And think of like the claw machine as it starts to drop down. This sort of... All these mechanical arms drop around your neck level. One of them goes in, grabs the head from the arms, brings it up, and you can see this sort of laser device as it's sort of scanning your neck and stuff to make sure, and it repositions very, very, very delicately where your head needs to be. All of a sudden, one of the arms starts to go in with like a sewing needle and just goes to town. Another one's going in with like a cauterizer and a stapler and stuff like that, and just, you know, doing everything it needs to attach Lacan's head. Afterwards, it only takes like 30 seconds. Lacan starts to move around, and your head feels a little flimsy whenever you move. And the Bone Devil goes, "It will take probably just a few days before it feels like it's 100% connected back, as is the way of things, but you should be fine. And now for your friend, who is actually alive. This procedure will be a lot more painful for you."
Lacan, don't attack
Wait, what?
him. We made a deal.
Do I? So, is my HP what it was before he chopped my head off, or am I like at 1 HP?
Yeah, I'll let it be where it was when you got your head chopped off. If you could, somebody, go ahead and place his body and hold it for a second.
I'll do it.
Okay. Kai gets up there and kind of holds up the body. And as the Bone Devil says another set of instructions in his language, and the contraption goes down, it two arms hold the body still, kind of underneath the armpits. Another grabs the head out of the canister, lifts it out, and sort of blow dries it a little bit to make sure it's not super damp. It puts it on. It puts Shojin's head on top of where his neck, where the decapitation was. Try not to scream.
Is there any way we could
Shojin,
like put him to sleep or something before we reattach his head?
do you know that spell?
I mean, yeah.
No.
Do you have it prepared?
Let me see if I have any remaining. Yeah, I got one left.
You have sleep prepared?
Yeah, I do actually.
Okay.
I have one slot left.
Okay. Shojin, if you wish to go to sleep, Alfric will cast it, and you can choose to just fail it.
I'll go to sleep.
Okay. So Alfric casts sleep, and Shojin's eyes start to like get droopy, and he says something like, coming, Cyrene, or something, like that.
God damn it.
God damn it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Dallas.
No, that's right.
As he's falling asleep, wake him back up.
Yeah.
You're lucky I'm bringing you back to life.
Would you really crush
This-
a child's crush?
Well, I mean, he did just die, so I probably won't crush it for a couple days at least.
Wow.
Roasted. All right. So the machines get to work very much like Lacan's, but it's a lot. You can see that they're actually having to like attach a lot of the nerve endings. So there's like probably about half an inch between the neck and the head portion, and one of the tiny little needles and the tiny little I forget what they're called, but the like clippers and shit are in between, and you can see them attaching all types of different nerve endings. What is it called? Shit, I forgot all my medical knowledge for this. Anyway, muscle fibers, shit like that.
Ligaments?
It's connecting, ligaments, that's what I think you. It's connecting all of that, and it's taking quite a while. It actually takes roughly about 20 minutes before the machine is done, and it brings the head back together, and it does that same stitching mechanism and stapling, after which Shojin, the final part of this is the collar that the Bone Devil had put on the arms. Let go of your head and take off those little mechanisms. They look like large bracelets, kind of. Take them off, and then it pokes you in the forehead, and you kind of come awake, and you have full, complete motion, full, complete control over your body, but your neck hurts really bad. And he's back.
Ow.
Yes, it's gonna hurt for a little while. If your friend here is able to heal you a little bit every day, it should heal a lot faster and should have minimal scarring. But both of you will have signs that you were, and he takes one of his claws and like does the yes.
He says what? Signs of what again?
He takes one of his fingers, puts it to the left side of his neck, and goes and rubs it to the next or to his right side of his neck, much like when you're intimidating somebody and you're like, I'm gonna kill you.
Shojin, we can't attack him or else it'll hurt me. So that was part of the deal for bringing you guys back to life.
I just Shojin. He just squints and looks at the devil. You win this time.
I typically win all times, which is why I'm still here. But you are correct. I was very close. This close, in fact. And he makes like half an inch between his fingers. This close to losing. But luckily, your friends and I came to an agreement. And now you guys will get what you want, and I still get what I want.
So we win too then.
Yes, we win partially too.
Now,
it was either that or I was gonna destroy him. So.
You get dreamier by the second, Irene.
Oh dear.
now I will go ahead and escort you off the island, as there should be nothing else that you need now that you have your information. I can point you exactly in the direction you need to go to find this city of glass.
It's appreciated.
And if you see Qualish there, tell him to visit me once. I miss him.
So you keep saying that name, and forgive my ignorance, but it sounds like the other inventor that lived hundreds of years ago. How would he be alive?
Well, I guess you're kind of right, and it has been quite a long time now that I think about it. I just assumed that he found some way to extend his life through his inventions. That is one thing he was working on. Perhaps he is dead, in which case, if you let me know, I'll give you your intelligence back from the Sphinx. Also, let me know exactly where his new laboratory is, and don't touch anything.
No. So, say we do want to come back here, we're going to have to solve the Sphinx's riddle again?
Correct. And your last question, it now has an answer to, so good luck.
Okay. And you're sure there's nothing we can ask now to get the intelligence back for the other members?
He shakes his head. The fact that the Sphinx even said that means that I need to reprogram it.
Okay.
So I appreciate you telling me in its faultiness. It has been needing a tune-up. Qualish told me how to do it, and I will make sure that it works perfectly next time.
And what is... Okay, so is there anything else that you do here besides...
Besides take in those that are cast out from their homes and give them a new purpose? No. And I don't need to do anything.
Dismemberment, but that's fine.
What's with the faces?
The faces? They are the taint left by their past.
No, I mean, like, why do you wear them?
That's personal.
Okay. Well,
follow me, please. And he starts to walk towards the door, and it slides open again.
And you know roughly where we need to go in the mountains?
Correct. I at least know the trail, and from what I can guesstimate, based on the intelligence sapped from your friend, is he kind of knows the direction to go. And he points to Mirrodin.
I looked over to Mirrodin and Kai and ask, is this where we're supposed to go?
They nod their head yes.
Okay. Well, lead the way then.
Okay. As you guys are walking back, I'll describe a little bit more of the structures that you see on the way. So you're at this location right now, this large, and as you start to leave, to your right, you see this sort of floating bit of island that has like a sort of obelisk in the middle of it.
there's like a floating bridge of metallic discs that lead to that obelisk. Looks very well protected for whatever reason. As you climb up the stairs over here and start heading back, you can see a lot of monks practicing out here. They're doing like fighting and stuff like that. Typical monk shit. You start continuing heading down this way, and you're back to exactly all the things that you've seen before. There's a bunch of farming land out this way that some of the monks are tending to. Does anyone have any final questions for the Grand Master as you guys are walking?
Is there anything you need from the outside?
No, we've got everything we need to last here. Although, if you could politely point those that are lost in our direction, I would greatly appreciate it. New members are going to be needed to replace what you've taken from me today.
Well, if only we could have come to our understanding before we started attacking each other.
Yes, before you started attacking us. Yes, I agree.
No, before we defended ourselves.
No.
Maybe you should alter your approach a little bit.
But we'll
You
just
all
agree to
agreed.
disagree.
That is fine. Now, as he walks up, go ahead, and the little fairy standing there, or the structure, the little ship is waiting there. It's got its ramp down, and the hooded creature's standing on the back end of it with its metal pole, like towards the bottom of it.
One more thing. This contract we have, how long does it last?
Forever.
Okay, so if we come back here, you won't try to rip off our faces?
Not as long as you don't try to take what's mine.
All right.
That was not the contract.
Well, you're not to harm me or my people, and we're not to harm you. Stealing is pretty harmful.
Whatever.
Yes.
I'm not going to debate this.
Okay.
Now, the Mariloth there will tell you exactly, or will take you to the location for you to start your journey. I don't exactly remember how long it takes, but Qualish, it seemed to take at least a week to get there. And since you know how to cast spells, I assume you're good to go, so good luck! And as he says good luck, the metallic ramp retracts, and the boat sort of sways to the left and then starts to move and fly above the island. As you guys float past the back end of the island, you go through the what's it called? The cloud. And on the other side, when you emerge, you can see the bright blue sky again. You can see the sun, and you see miles and miles of snow-capped peaks, all the way from your current location all the way to the horizon as far as you can see. Somewhere in that is the location that you're looking for. Kai and Mirrodin kind of have a pinpointed location as they point. So the Mariloth ends up going a couple hundred feet away from the floating island, and it lands. The ramp retracts, or extends rather, and you guys all hop off. It then retracts the ramp and floats off without a word. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and end tonight's session here. And we'll start the next session with you guys. I got to think of something on how I want to do it, but essentially it's going to be kind of like downtime, except for you can't really, there's no one to really go and get stuff from. But if you have something that you kind of want to try to find, I guess, in the mountains maybe, I'll figure it out and message you guys later. But let me end my stream real quick and I'll be right back. All right, so that was an interesting session. The Bone Devil that I have stats for is pretty cool. It has these. There's a magic weapon in the game called the Vorpal Sword, and essentially the way it works is I believe it's on a natural 20, you decapitate your target, depending on how big they are compared to you. So, for this creature, the Bone Devil, it's got 2 pairs of them. So when it gets a crit with 1 claw, it decapitates, but it can't do it again after that. When it gets a crit with the second claws, it decapitates, but it can't do it again. So at this point, until he recharges the Vorpal sword shards, I guess, rather, of his claws, he won't be able to decapitate anybody instantly. It'll have to, hack at it. But yeah, really cool. The reason he was able to attack from a distance is this place is like sort of a futuristic crash site. And he found these sort of special teleporter ring things that you put one into something that you want to be able to detach, you put the other ring to that, and it essentially can fly away and has its own speed. And it can go in theory, it could fly everywhere, but there's a caveat to it. The players, I don't want to end up finding out because I'm telling you guys. Anyway, it was a very tough combat to begin with. Had they started it off differently, they would have been able to fight the Bone Devil by himself without all his help. But that's what happens. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed, and until we see you next time, peace!